Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. Today we've got a Samsung Galaxy A21s. Now I did try to get my hands on the standard Samsung Galaxy A21, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. So we've got the A21s. Now there are some differences between the A21s and the A21. The main one would be the camera. So the A21s comes with one of the cameras being 48 megapixels. The A21 is 16, and then we've got a bigger battery on the A21s as well. You've got a 5000 milliampere hours, where with the A21 you've got the 4000 milliampere hours. Then there is also a bit of a difference in terms of the actual display panel technology, but other than that they are quite similar when it comes to, for example, the size and everything. So we are, as you can see, we are starting as usual with the unboxing. There is a quick start guide explaining what's what, where it is, how to take the SIM tray out. So that is the phone itself in a very nice white color. I think they took that color from the S20 series phones. Now we've got 4 lenses. We've got the 48 megapixel lens, we've got the 8 megapixel ultra wide, two 2 megapixel lenses. Then we've got a power button, volume up, volume down. We've got the mic on the top, one of 2 mics. And then we've got a one single bottom firing speaker on the bottom, USB Type-C and a 3.5 millimeter jack. We've got a SIM tray on the side as well, and that SIM tray is of a normal type, which means it's not a hybrid. You can put 2 SIM cards and a memory card separately, which is always nice. You don't have to sacrifice the second SIM slot for a memory card. I really appreciate when Samsung does things like that, because unfortunately sometimes you have to sacrifice the memory card for a SIM card. Now this is a Note 8 in my right hand. In my left hand there is an A21s, so as you can see, screen size. The entry level, or the affordable one, has actually caught up to the not that old 2-year-old flagship, well, nearly 3 years now. We've got a fingerprint sensor, and we also have a face unlock when it comes to unlocking the phone, but I'll cover that in a second. As you can see, the fingerprint sensor is quite fast. So that's that. When it comes to the phone itself, we are running on Android 10 out of the box. So Samsung hasn't skipped on that. We've got a One UI 2.1. and we've got the Android security patch from May 2020, so pretty much up to date. In terms of accessibility, I do get some emails every now and then in regards to the accessibility settings, so I'm just going to quickly show you what you can do, what you can enhance, what you can change in the accessibility menu. It is actually a bit more enhanced than the box standard accessibility settings on Android 10, so kudos goes to Samsung to look after people that do actually need a bit more settings in that regard. Then let's go to the device care. We've got 32 gigabytes of internal storage. We've got 3 gigabytes of RAM. Storage, obviously, as you've seen, expandable via memory cards. There are some additional features in here, like the auto restart, so you can set when you want the phone to restart, let's say at 10 in the evening each day. You've got some battery optimization settings as well. So for example, it can automatically reduce the brightness, you can change the screen timeout, and didn't really know that volume actually affects your battery life as well. In terms of the actual battery life, it's absolutely ridiculous. To be honest, it's not a Nokia 3310 like, but with a 5000 milliampere hour battery and, you know, pretty decent power optimized Exynos processor. Yes, this is an Exynos model. No, actually no. Yes, it is an Exynos model. you do get a bit more features. Now, if you'd like to, you can set which apps you want to go into power saving mode. It is pretty robust when it comes to power saving modes. So as you can see, I've got 12 gigs left out of 32. Now, I did download some apps, but considering you're buying 32 gig phone and you don't have that much installed, well, I haven't downloaded any games yet. 12.7 is actually quite poor. Then we've got digital well-being and parental controls, which you can set using Google Family Link. So if you've got a different phone, you can remotely change, for example, the time your kiddos spend on certain apps. Then we've got advanced menu where, for example, pressing the power button twice quickly launches a camera, or you can set it up with a different app. You've got a screenshot toolbar. If you want to capture screenshots, you can do rolling screenshots as well. It allows you to crop and draw on the screenshots. So it's actually pretty convenient. Direct share between Samsung devices. It's basically a shortcut that allows you to, for example, send something to your telly. And then we've got motion and gestures, lift to wake, so basically it doesn't work. Yeah, it has to be at a different angle. And what it does, then we've got smart stay, which allows the phone to stay on when we, for example, read something. Smart alert, phone will vibrate when you get a text message. When you've got a text message and you lift it up, it will vibrate to let you know that you've received a text message if you didn't know. Then there are standard direct call features, finger sensor gesture, which is actually pretty neat considering the size of the phone. So if you scroll down on the fingerprint sensor, it pulls down the notification menu from the top. Then we've got a one-handed mode, which again, considering the 6.5-inch display, is a very nice and neat feature. There are different ways of activating that as well. So you can do a gesture where you swipe down on the home button, or you can press the home button twice and then it goes into one-handed mode. Very useful, nice that it's implemented, works flawlessly. Then we've got a game launcher, which I will cover later on, and then dual messenger. So for example, if you want to have two Facebook accounts or two messengers, you can do that. You can even have two WhatsApps, as you do have two SIM trays. Now we've got face recognition, like I did say, and we've got a fingerprint sensor as well in terms of biometrics and security. And let's have a look how fast the actual face unlock is. So as you've seen, not that bad. Works pretty well. Obviously not as secure as it is with a fingerprint sensor, but does a pretty decent job. In terms of lock screen, unfortunately, there isn't an always on display or anything like that. You do get a clock type and you can adjust that as well. You can change the color of that, but there isn't an always on display. Now the phone will lit up to let you know that you did receive a new message or you have got a missed call, but that's pretty much it. When it comes to display, you've got the full-blown dark mode. You can also schedule the dark mode. So if you wanted to turn on at, let's say, 9 in the evening, you can do that. Doesn't really help with the battery life purely because it's not an AMOLED panel, but it's there to make it easier on your eyes, especially in the evening or in challenging lighting conditions. Home screen, fully customizable. And you can also put it in landscape mode, something you can't, for example, do on an iPhone XS Max, XS, 11 Pro Max, which you could do in the iPhone 8 Plus, 7 Plus, 6S Plus, 6 Plus, but yeah, it is what it is. When it comes to the actual navigation in the menu, you've got full screen gestures, a bit like on the Google own Pixel line phones. If you'd like to, you can use that. I'm more of an old school fan, so I just prefer the home, back and recents button. But yes, it's entirely up to you. It's always nice to have a choice. When it comes to sound and vibration, in terms of sound quality and effects, you do get Dolby Atmos. Now, it only works when you plug in a Type-C or standard 3.5mm headphones. As you can see, no, I don't want that. Yes, I am sure. Are you actually sure? Are you definitely sure you don't want that? And then you can adjust the Dolby Atmos to your liking. You've got UHQ upscaler, which takes the low quality MP3s and tries to upscale them to a better quality, and then you get a built-in equalizer as well. And you can even adapt the sound to your liking. The phone will try and recognize by a series of tests what sort of sound quality you'd prefer. And then, as you've seen, you've got the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and NFC, so yes, you can use Google Pay and Samsung Pay. Now when it comes to pre-installed software, you've got the Samsung browser, FM radio, you've got the Microsoft Suite, Office, OneDrive, LinkedIn, Outlook. Obviously, if you want to, you can uninstall it. You've got Samsung members with the warranty, separate Samsung Galaxy store. Now it makes sense why you only have 12.7 gigs left of free space. Then you've got a game launcher, which tries and put all your games in one place, so you don't have to scroll through all the apps. In terms of settings, you do get additional power saving while locked, for example, feature. You can take screenshots, you can even record videos. You can kind of focus on performance. Now obviously it's not a flagship phone, so certain games won't really run, or they will run poorly. But if, for example, it's something like PUBG or Call of Duty mobile, yes, I'm waiting for it to download, you can use that, for example. Okay, and let's go to the camera. Now with the camera, like I said, you've got 48 megapixels, wide, ultra wide 8 megapixels, f-stop 2.0. Then you've got two 2 megapixel cameras. One is a depth sensor for live focus to blur the background, and the other one is a macro lens. As usual, the picture samples will be at the very end of the video. So that's that. What's cool is that you can use the ultra wide in video as well. And then when it comes to additional features, you've got a deco pick, which is, you can add your own GIFs and masks which react to what you do, as you can see. And then when it comes to the actual settings, we've got the scan QR codes, we've got the hold shutter button, which is the volume button, the virtual shutter button. And what it does, we can record videos in full HD 1080p with both front-facing and rear-facing camera. We've got the auto HDR mode, grid lines, location tags, shooting method. So for example, when you press the volume key, it starts taking picture or recording a video. We can even show a palm of our hand to take a selfie, so you don't have to press the button, which is quite convenient considering the size of the screen. And then we've got our own watermarks as well. Going back to more settings, like I did show the deco pick, you've got the Pro mode as well, which allows you to adjust the ISO from 100 to 800 manually. Then you can also adjust the white balance. So when you start using the slider, it allows you to adjust the white balance. And then we've got the exposure value as well. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't work in videos. It only works in photos. So if you want the manual settings in videos, you would have to download third-party apps like Open Camera, or let's say Filmic Pro, which is actually a premium app. And that's pretty much it. I will do a separate video on the So thanks for watching another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. Have a lovely day. Take care, guys. Bye.